Virgin Atlantic now letting male crew members wear skirts, wear the dresses. Now, they have a dress code for Virgin Airlines.
For males and
From what I
females.
understand. It has been that. But now they're saying that the males can wear the females' attire that is, the dress code, still within the dress code.
Well, can the females wear the male
Yes.
clothes too? Oh, okay. Well, I guess
Yeah,
that's
so
fair.
it swings both ways, and some people might say, well, that's kind of gross and it's a terrible thing. I don't know. What do you think, Justin? What's your thought on that?
You heard that the episode, not the scene in Dumb and Dumber when Harry's getting a massage from the lady, and then he gets an idea, and then he starts massaging her, and he's wearing her masseuse outfit, and he just pull the skirt down a little bit more. That's what it reminds me of. It's pretty gross.
Well, people get on these airlines and they get kind of a romantic idea of what flying on airlines is about, and I think that's what Virgin was trying to do, because actually the uniforms that they have that kind of old-fashioned, kind of vintage, sexy diesel punk kind of look. That's the way I see it anyway. They're kind of a red sky. Oh yeah, there they are. Yeah, and that's got kind of this flying romance, what it felt like when you were flying in the 40s and 50s and all of that. That's the way that I see it. I don't know if these were designed though by, I don't know who the designer was, pretty famous designer. But my thoughts on this are, as I said earlier, if you're going to let your freak flag fly, do it. I really don't mind this so much. If you want your airline to say or allow men to wear skirts and women to wear, the men's uniforms or anything like that, yeah, there they are. And those are cool uniforms, I got to say.
And now
it's style, man.
It says ground people, so not the people in the plane.
Not the people in the plane.
Just the ground staff.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
so we're not going to be like some dude's going to be bending over, handing someone a drink, and, you're like, oh, I got this dude's ass wearing a skirt in my face.
Yeah. Okay. That would be uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well,
although we're supposed to break out of our comfort zones, aren't we?
Yes. But this is infringing a little bit. I don't, look, here's the thing. I don't care. Honestly, why would anyone care? This is a business. They can do whatever they want to do with it. It's a privately owned business, or, they have their stockholders or whatever, but they have a privately owned business. They can do whatever they want, and they want to run their business into the ground. They can. Maybe this is going to be great for business. I don't know. There's a lot of this that's going on, this virtue signaling things that these bigger businesses, these corporations are embracing. Okay, do it. And if you are a trans dude who wants to wear a dress, again, it's your style. It's a free world, and do what you want. I don't think at the end of the day, really, that Richard Branson is a trans advocate necessarily. I think he's just at a stage, like what we were talking about earlier. He doesn't really care. Mm-hmm. He don't give a fuck. And he just does it with a smile, and he says, look, if this is what people want to do, this is what they want to do, as long as they're sticking to the uniform code, let's go ahead and do it, and let's just see what happens. We can always reel it back if there's an issue, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's fine. I don't have a problem with it at all.
Well, reeling it back probably make it a bigger issue than releasing it.
Yeah, when you give a kid candy,
and you take it away,
and then you take it away, you got a bigger problem than if you didn't ever given it to him in the first place. I agree with you there. But they also have they're allowed to wear pronoun pins. Now, this starts to encroach a little bit for me. You can wear a pronoun pin if you want to, so long as I am not
forced to play into their game.
Yes. I can almost get behind this, because some people are going to have to feel uncomfortable and deal with it. Mm-hmm. But when you make it a mandatory thing, a legal thing, and now I have to use your pronoun, or what? I'm going to get kicked off this plane? Well, then now you're controlling things. Mm-hmm. Now you're manipulating. Now you're going into a dangerous place with people, led by people who are wanting to manipulate and control. That is the problem, people. Your values are your values. Nobody is telling you unless they start making a mandate, making it something that's legal where you are not allowed to now wear anything but a dress if you're a man. Now we got a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I shouldn't have to respect someone just because they say, this is my pronouns. I can call you any fucking thing I want.
Yep.
Anything. That's not illegal. Now, you might come at me as the morality police, and guess what that makes you? That makes you Gestapo. That makes you the fascist, because you're not respecting a person's right to say what they want to say, use the language that they want to use, and you can wear what you want, whatever pins you want, and you can even come back and say, oh, that's really rude. But what does this come back to? Absorb it. Absorb that discomfort if somebody comes back on you, and make it a part of your power. And then don't give a fuck.
Don't give a fuck. I noticed.
I go by Z, Zen, Zhao. Okay, can't you read my pronouns? No, I'm sorry, I can't. You look like a dude in a dress to me.
And I'm not playing your game.
Okay, yeah, and I'm not playing your game. That guy's saying I don't give a fuck. And that's when you turn around as a trans and you say, I don't give a fuck either.
Just like if someone said they were a cat, I wouldn't play that game. Also, it says, I found here, it says, allowing its flight attendants, gate agents, and pilots to the ability to choose a uniform that best. It's not just ground people.
Okay, so they are in the air too.
It is in the air as well.
Okay, yeah, but and again,
Best
people can choose whether
them.
or not people can choose. Oh, now if Virgin Airlines is the only, it becomes the law that now you can only fly Virgin Airlines. There might be an issue here. You can fly another airline. You want to be woke and inclusive and LGBTQRX and support all of that. Fine, do it. Go fly Virgin Airlines. That's no issues whatsoever. Do you understand that? That nobody is pushing that on anyone. Okay, you're free to choose. That's the great thing about this country. That's why we talk so much about the Constitution and our rights to free speech, is because, and our right to choose what we want to do and where we want to go and who we want to hang out with and what we want to call people and where we want to fly and who we want to fly with. This is the great thing about this country. And when you begin to take those things away, by the way, that swings on both sides, both right and left. I'm not choosing sides on this. This comes down to a principle. And people can disagree with me all they want, but these things should not be put in place to manipulate and control someone else and tell them how they need to run their life. Thank you for joining us at the Midnight American. If you want to support the channel, we do have a Patreon. Also, you can go to midnightamerican.com and purchase a hat or shirt or a mug. We're on Rumble and BitChute as well, so you can check us out over there. Please like and subscribe the channel that you're on right now. And until next time, know yourself better than you know anyone else.